Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great time celebrating the week of the young child. Our book title today is The Lion and the Little Red Bird. This is the front of the book, remember? And the story and the pictures from Elissa Cleven. She wrote the story as well, drew the beautiful pictures of the story. She's the author and the illustrator. Yes, she is. So look at the lion with the green on his tail. Look at the very long tail, very green. And look at the bird. She looks very curious, if you ask me. I think she wants to know something, like she have a question in mind. And look at outside, all these beautiful colors, flowers, very beautiful landscape. I want to know, why is the little bird staring at the lion tail like that? It looks like the bird might be asking him a question. I wonder how the lion answered him. Let's read and find out more, okay? The Lion and the Little Red Bird. Story and pictures by Elissa Cleven. One afternoon, a little red bird saw a lion with a bushy green tail. Very bushy, very greenish, as green as the forest. Remember the forest? Well, lots of trees and plants grow, and lots of animals too live in the forest, right? The bird had never seen anything so unusual and so pretty. Just looking at it made her very happy. Look, she's very happy looking at the lion tail. Yeah, now remember, unusual, something very different, right? Something that doesn't happen all the time. So let's find out what happened next to the lion tail. And still the lion on the forest, wandering around. Look at all the butterflies, the trees, different shape, different size, very greenish. And still the bird is looking and following the lion tail. Lion, lion, she said, why is your tail so green? With her little birdie voice. But he smiled at her. The lion did not understand what she said. So the lion, thinking that she was chirping, like she was making sounds, like the sounds the birds usually make. So the lion could not understand what the little bird was saying. Could it be because they have different language of communication? I don't know. But the lion can't understand her, and that could be a problem, right? Let's read more. And the lion, wandering down to a field of orange of flowers. Look at him. I believe he can smell the flowers too, guys. Smelling the beautiful scents of the flowers. The bird watched him roll and sniff. He was sniffing around. Look at the butterflies. Then slowly walked west with the setting sun and disappeared into a cave. A cave. When the lion disappeared, meaning just he went away. The bird couldn't see him. Into a cave. A cave is like a dark place underneath of something. Sometimes there's a whole entrance. So he went in there. The bird waited on a tree nearby. She wanted to see the lion green tail again. But the lion did not come out of the cave. So the bird made herself a soft nest and slept through the warm, starry night. Oh, the lion went to a cave. The bird wanted to see him. Oh, I hope he comes out, right? Let's read and find out more. In the morning, the lion came out, swishing his tail, which was no longer green, but orange as the flower, orange as a butterfly, orange as the setting sun. Look at the sun, very orange. And his tail was no longer green. Lion, lion, she said. The bird shifted, astonished. Astonished, really surprised. Why is your tail so orange? Another question she asked. Again, the lion did not understand the bird. He smiled at her. He still was thinking the bird was chirping, meaning making sounds, right? So he smiled at her. And look at the cave behind the lion with the orange tail, a lot of leaves around him. And climb over the hill. The lion climbed up over the hill, wondering where is he going. And like I said, he went up the mountain. And look at all the other animals around him. To a deep blue lake beneath a bright blue sky, where he soaked his tired paws while the birds splashed nearby. Look beneath, under the sky. Soak, look at that. He soaked his tired paw in the water for a long time. He kept his tail under the water. And up the mountain to a deep blue lake. At the end of the day, the lion climbed back down the mountain over the hill. Remember, they went up, and now the lion came back down. And look at the lion walking, and the little bird still following him. At home to his cave, the bird settled down in the tree, wondering as the sky darkened about the lion and his orange tail, wondering, thinking about the bird sitting there maybe in her nest, thinking about the lion, right? Wondering about his orange tail. But in the morning, the lion tail was no longer orange. It was blue, as the brightest blue sky, blue as the deep mountain lake where he soaked his paws. Remember? Lion, the bird chirped, enchanted. How did your tail change from orange to blue? The bird was very amazed, right? She could hardly believe it. How is the lion tail change colors all the time? It was like a mystery, like something you cannot explain, right? Are you a magician? The lion again smiled at her because he did not understand what she was saying. Magician means someone who does magic tricks, right? But I think the lion was a magician. Do you? Okay, we'll find out. And Humble over to a bush. Humble walked slowly. Who was walking slowly? I think the lion was walking slowly, right? Full of shiny red berries. They were beautiful berries, but very sour. Lion, the bird chirped, making a face. These berries are still too sour to eat. Why don't you pick them when they are ripe? The lion just smiled again, thinking how much he likes the bird, shipping company. Because still he did not understand the bird. So he likes the bird company, meaning he likes being around her, right? Just like she likes to be around him. She told the lion to rip the berries when they are ready to eat, right? And taste good, because right now they were sour. They weren't too good to eat. All afternoon, the lion picked berries. He picked the berries while the bird nibbled sunflower seeds nearby, meaning the bird took little bites, right? She was taking little bites, right? Nibbles. Once, when the lion stepped on a thorn, oh no, the bird pulled it out for him. I noticed that the little red bird helped the lion remove the thorn from his paw. She wants to help him. She wants him to feel comfortable. That's what friends do. Friends stand for each other, help each other when they need help, right? I think the little bird proved that a good friend always help each other. They were working as a team. They really enjoy each other company. The bird helped him when he stomped his feet on a thorn. Because when he stomped his feet, that's a sharp piece of a plant torn him, right? And that can be hurtful. At sundown, the lion swished his tail goodbye and returned to his cave. Oh, he's going back to his cave. And this time, he's saying good night to the bird. The bird settled down in her nest, She wondered what color the lion tail would be in the morning. She wished he would answer her question. It seems like they still can't communicate about it. That's a problem. During the night, a storm came. Thunder, crash, and lightning flash like boom. Thunder. You can hear the sounds coming from outside, and it's not safe to be outside when there is a storm, right? That's when you gotta go inside and stay inside and be safe. Wind swept away the bird nest. Hearing the noise, the lion rushed out. Harry went fast to his friend's help. And reached up into the tree where the bird crouched, shivering and scared. He lifted her down. The bird was very scared. The lion, he's helping the little red bird. He saved her from the storm. That's something kind that a friend would do, right? Friends come through for friends. So the lion went and picked her up and helped her and carried her into his cave. The cave was warm and colorful. The walls were filled with pictures of green forest, orange flowers, butterflies, sunsets, a bright blue sky, and a deep blue lake. The cave was warm and colorful, full of colors, very colorful. The bird was very happy going to the lion caves. Wow, all the things that they saw in the nature, the lion drew pictures of them. You guys remember? First they were in the green forest, and then the orange flowers the lion was wandering down. Then the butterflies, the sunset, right? Where the sun rise up and go down, the bright blue sky and the deep blue lake. The lion duplicate everything he saw out there. Lion, lion! The bird chirping. Delighted, meaning very happy. How did these pictures get here? That's what I want to know. That was another question. The lion smiled, dipped his tail into a ball of shiny red blueberry juice, and painted a picture of the bird chirping on berry bush. The bird sang while the lion painted. She sang a song without any question, full of color and joy. The lion had never heard anything so unusual and so pretty. Just listening made him happy. So nice. In the morning, the storm was past. Remember the storm? It was very flashy. It was very stormy, right? A lot of wind. The bird was scared. Now the storm is past, no longer there. The world shone fresh and bright. The lion tail was very red, and the little bird knew why. She sang her happiest song. There was no more question asked. Now she knew exactly why the lion tail was changing colors all the time, and wondering what the lion would paint that night. Still wondering, meaning thinking, right? And the end, that was it. We solved the mystery. The lion tail changed color because he used it as a paintbrush. Yeah, that was very clever. I'm noticing that all the pictures in the cave are of places the lion and the little red bird visited together. Let's look. You see that? All the places they went, the lion pictured them and drew them back into his cave. Meaning he was paying attention, right? He was recalling what he saw. So he was able to paint all these beautiful places he went. And now they are inside his cave. So he can enjoy them over and over again. That's wonderful. Why did you guys think the lion just smiled when the bird asked him questions? Yeah, yes, you're right. Because The lion could not understand what the little bird was saying. Could it be because they have different language of communication? Yeah, that's why you guys are like kiss your brains. I think the lion and the little red bird really enjoy each other's company. Very much. Even if they don't speak the same language, they still enjoy each other's company. They're able to understand each other. People use sign language to communicate. So there's different ways sometimes we communicate to each other. Even if you are different from someone, you can still be friends with them. Because friends come from the heart. That was a wonderful lesson. Did you guys enjoy the story? Now for extension activity, you can use natural items to create paint and create a beautiful picture, right, of an outdoor landscape. Like you can imagine all the places the lion went and the little bird. You can, just like the lion uses his tail to paint, you can use different things inside the house to paint. Beautiful picture, beautiful, colorful picture. I hope again you enjoy the book and enjoy your intentional extension activities at home. Until next time, my friend. Bye bye.